It's August 14th. I just woke up with this idea. Good morning. Um, Good day. I went to bed. Oftentimes I go to bed ruminating about things, and I wake up in the morning and there's residue left over. And there's also a clarity, a calmness of spirit that helps organize the idea in a different way. Plus, it's always very much centered around my concerns. So, one of my concerns is about my mother. So my mom, because she knows she needs to exercise to keep up her health, and she wants to, but she's been struggling with it. The last time I spoke to her the other day, and she mentioned how she needed to exercise. There's been a health scare in our family. One of my sisters, is going through a very challenging health scare at this moment, and so I recently had some concerns. So I had gone to the doctor, and I saw her on this day when I went to the doctor. I saw my mother when I went to the doctor, and so there were health issues. A lot of the conversation, in and out of our concerns for our health, as well as the health and welfare of others we care about, and others in general. She rolled her eyes. Anyway, my mother rolled her eyes when she mentioned exercise, because it's difficult for her. It's difficult for anybody. But then the wheels started turning with all of these experiences that I have had centered around my concern with health and my personal health, and how I've been treated, and how I have been treated has influenced how I treat myself. And as well, the difference between myself and others, and how others can have this tremendous desire to be in this sometimes strangely and sometimes obscene state of health. And recently the Olympics were on, and so a lot of people are talking about health issues, and I forget the guy's name, Preus, or no, that's my son-in-law. The guy that doesn't have the legs that ran in the relays. I don't think that's obscene at all. I think he's relatively balanced, making the most of his situation. Anyway, many of these things were all coming together, and it may seem like I'm rambling, but all of this is a single cohesive vision within my mind and my heart. So it may sound like rambling, and your thoughts may go on and on and on and on, but it's all together right up here. Anyway, it just takes me a while to get there because I'm all-inclusive. There's a great deal of inclusiveness. And my ideas are very porous in that they incorporate tremendous, a wide variety. I won't use tremendous, because there's always somebody who incorporates more besides. So anyway, I had called my mom a few days later because I had watched this Extreme Makeover weight loss edition, and this lady, it really struck me home. I had seen this on The Biggest Loser, and it's a requirement. It's basically a requirement that a lot of physical therapists and trainers demand and force to make their trainees go through, which is a complete and utter breakdown and they want their obese trainees to freak out, and that this is a badge of honor for the trainer and a rite of passage for the trainee. And so this inspired me to call my mother and tell my mother, Mom, really try, because in the extreme makeover, the idea was the trainer needed to get the trainee's heart rate up to 150 beats a minute. And this freaked the trainee out. And she didn't want to go past this. She had a wall, the psychological limitation. She just quit. It was freaking her out, And anybody who has not had their heart rate up like that in a long time can be freaked out by getting your heart rate up like that. It could seem like it could seem very frightening. For me, it's not the heart rate that was frightening, it's the pain. For me, it was the pain, because I would have numbness and tingling and drop leg effect in my lower body. I have nerve damage. So if I overexerted myself, I could literally paralyze myself. So I had to learn all these techniques and inspire myself to move on through past the pain. And I do feel that there's a great deal of grace involved, because I was able to make it through. And I think of grace as one of those wondrous aspects of life that let us be informed that there is a mystery involved in life that is beyond our comprehension, and we will not figure it out. But we will, on a regular basis, need to embrace that mystery.